Thank you. Good morning. It's still good morning before 12. Good morning, everyone. My name is Sharmini Nagulan, and I'm from Acacia Blue. We are the organizers of this conference, you might know. And I just want to share a little bit with you today about a tool that we bring to you from one of our partners. So we have two international partners, Sustainable Brands, and the conference that you're here today for is from Sustainable Brands. Our other international partner are the Future Fit Foundation. So this tool that I'm going to share with you today is from the Future Fit Foundation. Okay? And I should have stepped back actually and done an introduction even before Matthew went on, because I did want to say that this session here today is about us sharing tools mainly relevant for the SME market. So, and we're not in competition here because Matthew has shared a tool on how to calculate carbon emissions. The tool that I'm going to share actually looks at your entire sustainability journey, going beyond carbon, beyond environment. It's looking at your entire ESG journey. And later on, we have Manminder, who's going to talk to us about a very specific tool also for SMEs mostly. And finally, Carl is going to talk about some resources that you can have access to. So, like I said, so this tool is from the Future Fit Foundation. It's been developed by Life Moments. They are a technology company based in the UK, and it is powered by the Future Fit Business Benchmark. Okay, and it's brought to you here in Malaysia by Acacia Blue. We're one of the partners for Future Fit Foundation. So a little bit about the SME landscape in Malaysia before I get into the tool. 97% of our country's businesses are actually SMEs. I think you would be familiar with this number. That is a total of 1.15 million businesses are actually SMEs. They account for 38% of the country's GDP, and they provide 50% of the nation's workforce, accounting for 8 million jobs. But they only account for 11% of the nation's exports. Okay, so those are just some numbers to put things in perspective for you. What is the opportunity? Now, sustainability is much broader than just environment. There's a lot of people talking about climate change, carbon footprint, and that all falls in the realm of environment. But sustainability goes beyond environment. It is also the S and the G are not to be missed, the part about the social and the governance side of things. So it is actually quite holistic, and we have to look at it holistically for you to understand what are all your impacts on people and planet. That's the first opportunity. The second opportunity is based on the 12th Malaysia Plan, which is the plan that we're on now, which will end in 2025. The government actually wants SMEs to contribute 45% of exports, contribute 45% to GDP. It's currently standing at 38%. And they want SMEs to account for 25% of exports, whilst they are now only accounting for about 11%. But if SMEs want to participate in the export market, they have to conform to international sustainability standards. So that is the second opportunity. And the third opportunity is that once our companies start going abroad and looking at exporting, they're also going to have to conform to international standards for reporting requirements and data. Okay, so those are the three opportunities that I just want to leave you with. And I'm now going to go to talk to you about the tool, which is called the Sustainable Business Coach. Matthew has already touched on it a little bit, but sustainability, just like carbon emissions, is extremely complex. And it's not easy for people to get their head around just simply. So, and most SMEs have a bigger problem because they don't have a sustainability head. They don't have access, like Matthew said, to consulting. And for them, therefore, it is a lot harder. In the UK, they have done some research, and they find that UK SMEs combined account for almost 50% of all UK business-driven emissions. 50% in the UK. Now, in Malaysia, I couldn't find a similar number, but if 97% of businesses in Malaysia are SMEs, they would at least be accounting, I would have thought, for 50% of the emissions. So just to give you that figure as well. So the Sustainable Business Coach is a digital coaching journey. It's online, it's an online tool, and it's actually there to introduce the full spectrum of sustainability to SMEs. So it covers that first opportunity of not just looking at one aspect, it looks at the environment, the social, and the governance aspects of sustainability. And it helps them then to understand where they are and what they need to do in terms of what action they may need to take. So it is built on the Sustainable Development Goals. I have a couple of charts here to explain it, but I think you heard a lot from Mark about the Sustainable Development Goals. He was involved in the development of those goals. But it starts with actually looking at the Sustainable Development Goals and looking at how it helps people and planet to thrive together in a more equitable way. So that's the starting point. From there, Life Moments has worked with the Future Fit Foundation, and the Future Fit Foundation have 23 break-even goals that help you to translate those systematic SDGs into what your business is doing in terms of your impact and how you can reduce that impact. From the Future Fit Business Benchmark, the Sustainable Business Coach and Life Moments then looks at your business and what impact you are making because of the sector that you're in, because every sector is different. It then prioritizes the highest priority goals for you from those 23 benchmarks. So 17 SDGs from United Nations translated to 23 business benchmarks from Future Fit, and then the Sustainable Business Coach reduces that to a number of goals that your business has to be concerned with because it is high risk for your business. So it's narrowed it down further for you. And finally, it tells you what action you need to take to tackle your high priority goals. So it's actually very systematic, coming from the Sustainable Development Goals, 23 high business risks. Which are the business risks that are high risk for you, and what do you need to do? So these are the 17 business SDGs. I don't want to go through them. Mark has already gone through them in quite detail. But these are the 23 break-even goals from the Future Fit Foundation. So what are these break-even goals? It is basically the line in the sand that a business must not cross so that you don't do harm to people and planet. So it is what every company must strive to do as a minimum to avoid slowing down society's progress towards future fitness. And those 23 break-even goals are in 8 categories. So you can see right at the top, energy, and there's one break-even goal for energy, which is energy is from renewable sources. The second category, water, has also one break-even goal. Water is environmentally responsible and socially equitable. And you can go down the list. Natural resources, there's one. Pollution, and this is where Matthew was talking about. A lot of what he was talking about falls in that area of pollution. And there are four break-even goals in that category. And people, you can see down the line, people, there are 8 break-even goals. But if you look at these break-even goals, I actually challenge you to find one thing that doesn't fit in any of these categories that you think can harm people or planet. There isn't any. It's been completely considered. And these are the 23 break-even goals. And if your business lives within these principles, these 23 principles, you will be what is considered a future fit company, one that is considering people and planet as you try to strive to create your profit. Okay? So the 8 categories have been aligned to the 17 SDGs. So you can see energy is renewable and available to all, is related to SDG 7, 9, and 16. Water is responsibly sourced, is related, so it's directly actually correlated to the SDGs. Similarly, the 23 break-even goals are also correlated directly to the SDGs. So whilst you are addressing the 23 break-even goals, you can actually see which of the SDGs you are actually addressing and which of the United Nations capabilities or competencies you're aligning with. So how do you go about using this tool? It's in 3 simple steps. You take a 20 to 30-minute survey to find what are the high priority goals and scores for your category or your sector in your business. So that will actually throw up for you, out of the 23 break-even goals that you saw earlier, which are the ones that your business and sector should concentrate on. It then asks you a few questions to see what you are already doing in those areas, and then you will get a score. After you get the score, it will give you some guidance on how you are going to improve. So you will get a report which tells you these are the things you need to improve in your high priority goals. And finally, that guidance can be created into an action plan. You can print it out as a PDF and you can share it with your stakeholders, your employees. You can share it with your suppliers if you want them to follow certain guidance. And you can actually have a complete action plan to share. So I think I'm going to skip this slide and just go on. Okay, so you can actually also use it to engage with the rest of your ecosystem, your business. It is an easy-to-use tool, and you can offer it out at scale to help you work with your clients, your partners, and your suppliers. So you can get your clients, partners, and suppliers to also take the 20 to 30-minute survey to understand how they're going to improve their business, which means that if they improve their business, your scope 3 will improve. Okay? It provides you the data that you need for you to run your business and look at how your entire business, including your scope 3, is actually performing. And it can be used as part of a screening process when you want to decide who to work with. So maybe before you decide which suppliers you want to work with, you can ask them to actually fill out this questionnaire. No doubt it's a self-assessment, but you can audit the assessment as well. But yes, you can get an understanding of which suppliers you want to work with. So in the UK, Virgin Money is a bank, and they are using this tool with all of their customers for them to understand how sustainable their customers are, because they might want to link it to loan eligibility. Okay, so here are just some testimonials from one of their customers who feels that, yes, it was imposed on me, I had to do this, but I feel that it's opened my eyes and I know now how I have to improve as a business. And this is from an analyst, and of course, analysts are always very happy when banks have such systems for them to analyze the risk potential and the risk portfolio of their customers. Some businesses are also looking for recognition for their sustainability efforts. So this tool also gives you a Future Fit Engaged certification. How do you get the Future Fit Engaged certification? So what you do is you complete the Sustainable Business Coach, take the 20 to 30-minute survey, you identify all your high-risk priorities, you need to take action on your highest risk priority, just one, assign a business owner to that high-risk priority, discuss it at your board meeting, and come up with a progress report on how you're going to fix that high priority goal. And from there, you will become a Future Fit Engaged company. Okay, so you will get the Future Fit Engaged badge. You can see here there's a certificate. You can use that. And your company's logo will be also put up on the Future Fit website. So for companies that are looking for recognition, you know, like Matthew said, in 2027, all of us are going to have to show that we are being sustainable, right? So something like this may also help. This is an international standard. Future Fit Aware is new, and this is for companies that actually want to have a learning culture within their organization. You can actually use this. It provides a broader than climate message. It's aligned to the framework that we just spoke about. It's based on gamification and learning, so they go online and they can learn things through games. It provides guidance, and they get a certificate at the end. Your employee, if you make them do this, they will get a certificate to say that they are Future Fit Aware or Future Fit certified. So it also provides you tools. There is a calculator, And the calculator helps you to measure your sustainability status. As we saw earlier, you can get a score. There are templates, because part of sustainability is about adopting policies. And they give you templates for those policies, which you can download, and then you can say, okay, I need a policy on bribery and corruption, or fraud, or conflict policy, or you can download policies, you can make them your own, and you can actually use them. And there's a vault for you to store all the documents in case you want to be audited, you want to show that you've taken your sustainability journey seriously. There is a vault for you to put all your documentation, and then your auditors will be able to find it quite easily. So a quick feature overview before I end the session. It can be personalized to your sector, as you saw. You will answer some questions. It's very sectorial. It's easy to use. It's a clear way. You can edit your answers. There's a progress bar for you to understand how much progress you've taken, how much more you need to do. And this is what I had spoke about earlier. So if once you answer the questions, the survey, you will get a score, in this case, 64% future fit. And inside the green, you can see there's a magenta. I'm a bit colorblind, so I don't really know if it's magenta. It might be red. Looks magenta to me, but there is a magenta circle. And that is the sector average. Where there's enough data on a sector, they give you the sector average to show how you are doing against the sector. And at the bottom, not here, but here, if you look at the bottom, then you get some high-risk areas you're supposed to look at, and you can actually see what progress you've made. 3 dots means you've completed everything you need to do. 2 dots means you've completed some. 1 dot means you've just made a start, and if you don't have any dots, that means you haven't taken any action to improve. And you can then get a report, and you can find which are the activities you've done, which are the activities are to do, and which are the ones that for your category or your sector may not be applicable. So it gives you encouraging action plans for you to take action, and it tells you where you are in your journey. I'm going to end there. And I didn't have time to actually demo the tool. I would have been very brave to do it because it would have been online, and I'm not sure how stable it would have been. But if you do want to see the tool, you want me to show you a demo of it, just reach out. My contact details are there. And we're just really trying to make this easy for everyone. And whilst we say it's for SMEs, actually even larger companies can use it as a start. But of course, more will be required of larger companies than what's just here. Thank you very much.